Hi guys, your girl Blessy coming at you with my friend Matilda. And
Can you not? Can you not? Please.
And if you're watching this video, you're probably at that stage where you need to start revising for your A-level French and you want to get that A or A star. So we're here to help you out because we did bits basically. Yeah. And so we're gonna share our tips and advice and all that, and like revision tips. And so we're gonna do grammar, listening, writing, and of course the last one, vocab, right? That's it.
I don't know.
Okay. First things first, let's start off with grammar. So like the first thing I would actually say is, wait, what is grammar again? Oh, okay, your verbs. Okay, so basically, I would say you're the best person to tell them because grammar, I was a mess.
I love grammar so much, like with my whole heart. I know that like we used to go. Did we go to like rooms together with a whiteboard and then we just do like verb tables of the hardest verbs. So the irregular ones like devoir, pouvoir, whatever.
And the subjunctive as well.
We do like the present, passé, composé, imperfect, subjunctive, future, conditional, all of them on a big board, and it really helps you like doing the irregulars will help you obviously memorize the irregulars, but also will make you think about the normal structures because you have to differentiate the two. So that's quite useful if you're really struggling and you want to test yourself.
Yeah, so as you said, just make like tables where you revise all your different actual verbs tenses. And all that, tenses, and always test yourself like on a regular basis, probably like once a week, or if you're feeling lazy, twice a week, or if you're like me, from time to time. And so just make sure that you actually try it out a few times, and if you get bored very easily doing grammar as I did, make sure you get someone like her and who's actually into grammar, who is willing to help you out and succeed together. And yeah, that's it for grammar, right?
I have more.
Okay, go on.
I wish I brought it with me for university. I got like a exercise book, and because they make this university will make you study every single grammar point. I did not know there was so much information on adjectives.
Really?
And I'm now learning. And the thing is, oh my god, I haven't even told you. The thing is, what you learn in sixth form, they're lying to you. You know, they always tell us to say when I want to say we should do whatever.
On
I would say on. They don't like using on.
Really?
You have to use new.
New?
Can you imagine?
No.
Can you imagine?
No. I'm gonna start my essay soon. I was gonna use on.
Don't do it, because I got my first essay back and they said that's not right.
At all. Oh, thanks
anyway,
for telling me. Oh, great.
If you do it at uni. But anyway, I had an exercise book and I would like just make a grammar page. So at the top I'd write adjectives, make it look all pretty, and then I'd explain the processes. So let's say I'm writing an essay and I've forgotten like the irregular form of nouveau, I could go back into my grammar book and check it all there.
Is that it? Damn. Yeah, and another thing that we had, it was literally a list of all the grammar points that you would need for anything, like any situation, writing essays, speaking, or whatever. And like literally just ask your teacher or ask Google, or you can just make one yourself and write down all the single things that you can think about that could come up as grammar points. So like all the verbs, all the adjectives and all that, and make sure you just revise all of them and just tick them off as you go. So yeah, that's grammar done for you. So second thing is listening, and the thing I would say that helped me out the most for listening was watching French YouTubers. And oh, you did that too?
I should have.
But I loved watching my French YouTubers. I can like link them down if you guys want or whatever. And I listened to French music a lot, but I didn't do it in a passive way. What I would do, I would listen to the song, and if I liked it, I would print out the lyrics and then translate the lyrics like without like what's that thing called, Google Translate or whatever. So I would do that and then actually check the comparison to the translated version. And I'll see if I got it right, or I will pick out the words that I didn't understand myself, and then I'll write them down in my vocabulary sheet. So that's what I did with the songs. And so I did the YouTubers, the songs, and wow, I don't know, I think that's it. And like watch the few shows.
You just learn, you get used to it. sometimes like reading out loud, I guess this goes into pronunciation as well, but reading out loud slowly will help you get used to the sounds and the pronunciation of certain words, because sometimes it just sounds like they're slurring and it's just and it really helps if you know what a common sounds like.
And also make sure you listen to your teacher when they're speaking and don't just zone out in the lessons, because you will find out the way the way they speak is actually how French people will speak. And at least if you have a French actual teacher, so if you listen to them, you start getting used to the French pronunciations, and that will actually have a good impact on your speaking as well. As we just spoke about speaking, we might as well actually go into speaking. So that's point number 3. And wow, what did we... Okay, so our sixth form, we had like an actual speaking teacher.
Love of my life.
So we'll meet him.
I love him so
He
much.
was actually lit. So do we actually speak in French? That's the question. That is actually the question. So
we would start in French and then we'd get so passionate about what we're talking about that just run out the window because I have to say it in English.
And then the thing is, we will just discuss the most random things. So if you have like a speaking teacher at your school, just make use of him like properly, not like we did and just speak English. And then another thing for speaking, I would say, if you have like any French friends or wherever, just encourage them to speak French to you and encourage them to correct you when you pronounce things wrong, or you could always ask your teacher for help, or just do listening activities and you just learn how to pronounce the words like the way they do.
I've got a tip, but it's kind of mad.
Yeah.
So in the summer, I did not do anything like French, which is really bad.
So don't worry.
Not alone. And I used to just talk to myself in French.
I did that as well.
Yay!
So I would pretend I'm doing music videos in French, and I'm like, bonjour to out, and then I was a joke, and then I'll just tell them about my day in French and like how I'm so annoyed with all the workload or whatever. I was just like,
I'm basically doing vlogs by myself.
Or podcasts. Or
I didn't record it, but it's just
same.
it gets you used to talking in French. And more confident, and you surprise yourself about how many sentences you can form and how many different tenses you can use. Like I was using conditional. I'm like, oh wow. And also direct object pronoun. I said, look at you. I said, look at you. Wow, it was amazing. So I would recommend that.
Yeah. So speak to yourself. Don't be afraid of that. So the next thing is vocab. And so obviously you need to know your words for all your exams, and not just like you're writing or wherever, you need them for every single one of them. So the best way we learned our vocab was by using Quizlet. Actually, first year I used Memrise, but I found out that Quizlet upgraded their like options, and they actually stepped up a bit, and they had the same options as Memrise but just a better version. So if you have never used Quizlet, what happens there is you get like the options to make your own electronic flashcards. So you write the English and the French, and then you will keep on practicing it until you get like 100%. And literally, like if you do it on your phone, you can't actually move to the next word until you get it correct. So that helped a lot, because it just helped me remember all the words properly. Whereas before in year 12, which was a flop, what I would do would be I would print out the sheet or write out all the words and just try to, it was a mess.
Wow.
That's why year 12 was not good. So I printed out all the things or whatever, and then tried to memorize it like that. I would still learn it, but 2 days later all the words would be gone. So memorize or Quizlet, depending on what type of person you are, those are the best ones.
I think Memrise is good if you want to find other people's vocabulary, because you can search for a topic and someone has made a list of 300 words that you could learn.
But you can do that with Quizlet.
I don't trust people's.
Same. I don't
like using other people's Quizlet. I feel like Quizlet is quite personal.
Yeah.
Because obviously the way you translate might be different to the way somebody else translates. But sometimes it's nice to share with your class your Quizlet sets. I tried. Nobody ever used them, but it's okay.
No, I did. No, I actually did.
Okay. I think you did, but it's fine. Quizlet's useful. Long story short.
And on top of that, don't just do the words. I would say do sentences as well, because when you do sentences, you already have like structures coming out, and that's really good. It's a really good thing that I did for a while, and then I gave up. But I still remember them.
Why'd you give up?
It's just so long to write. But it's a good thing to do. Like if you're going for those A's and A stars, definitely do them.
We got like booklet, kind of, I think. Do you remember the one that Nigmi gave us and it had all the sentence starters? And I put all of that into my Quizlet, and that's how I learnt to, like, the connectives, basically. So I'd use them in essays, but I'd also use them in writing. So Quizlet's quite versatile. Also, it doesn't take a lot of work, as in, I used to listen to podcasts, and...
no, I need to be fully
concentrated.
Yeah.
Can't
I can't.
I'd watch TV, watch YouTube videos,
yeah,
and I'd make my Quizlet. So if you feel like, oh, I don't want to do work today, but I want to just like watch TV, you can put things into your Quizlet and relax. And then I can learn Quizlet vocab and listen to a podcast, and I can just do it for an hour. So it's quite a passive way, but it still works. If that makes sense. So it's not as if you're overexerting yourself.
You see, I'm quite different because when I'm doing my Quizlet, I need to be fully concentrated because that's me. Like, my brain needs to be fully in it. I don't know why, but even if I'm not actually there to revise the words, I like to actually know what words I'm writing down. And then when I come back to actually revise it, I already recognize the words.
Yeah, true.
And it's easier for me to learn. But that's just the way I work.
It's just the way it is.